Hi, this is Connie, the Prairie Mom, and it's day 2 of our sourdough adventure. This morning, right quick, I am fresh back from exercising, so you'll have to just pardon all of that, but sourdough is a part of real life. It's a part of every day. So every day when I feed, I am not gonna be beautiful, but I'm gonna be here and we're gonna get this sourdough fed right quick. I'm gonna show you the two, Max and Minnie. They're doing well. Minnie has lots of bubbles. She's light, she's fluffy, she's thin, she's everything you want. Max is actually looking really great also. He has a few bubbles down inside here. He's spread out completely, and you're beginning to see a little bit of a dark color at the top. And I don't want you to be afraid of that. Oxidation on the top of the sourdough is not anything bad. It just turns a little bit darker on the top. That's one of the reasons we want to keep stirring. We are going to pull a little bit of this out today and feed it. And some people wait 2 days to feed their wild yeast Max type starters. But I'm going to feed it day 2. It's been 24 hours and we're going to feed it today. I'm going to pull out about, this is Max, so if you have the Max starter, I'm going to pull out about half of him. If you want to mark the side of your jars to be able to tell what, there we go, to be able to tell how much they've risen, then you can do that. If you have a Max starter, you're going to have about a half a cup of starter that you can work with for some of these recipes. This is not fermented, this is not bubbly, it won't rise bread, but it will work great in some of these sourdough cast-off recipes that I'm sharing with you. All right, we're going to weigh our whole wheat flour. We're going to looking for about 60 grams. All right, 60 grams, and then 60 grams of water. Be sure to remember not to use your tap water, but some type of filtered water or something not chlorinated or treated would be great. All right, 60 grams of water. You want about an equal amount of flour and water. And then just stir that up. Now, I also am going to put this in a clean jar today because you don't want any bacteria that might develop at the top where it's a little bit crusty. You don't want that in there. But let me feed our mini starter first and then we'll get these settled for the day. All right, Minnie. Minnie looks great. She is bubbly. She's got a little separation going on here at the bottom. We're going to stir it up good. We're going to pour off about a cup of this. And then we're going to feed her again. Okay, we have about a cup left. We have a cup in our measurer, and we are going to add back to this 1 cup of flour, and we're using unbleached for this one. 1 cup of flour and 1 cup of water. No weighing for this one. We just, we're making this one super simple and easy. We're just adding that cup of flour. And we're going to add a cup of water. And we're going to stir this up. You want to stir it really well and work out all the clumps of flour. Make sure that it's super smooth. I'm going to scrape these down. We're going to move Max and Minnie to their clean jars. I like to feed them in the old jar and then move them because then my new jar stays a little cleaner. Let's give Max a new label. With our loose lid, Max is ready to go another 12 hours at least. Here's Minnie's clean jar. All right, let's loosely set our lid and label Miss Minnie. Because I always have a marker handy, I always label my sourdough. If I want to watch how much it's rising, I put a mark. My sister will show you the way that she does it. I've seen other people put tape on there. There's lots of different ways, but if you want to watch and see how much your sourdough grows, then just put you a little mark on the side of your jar and you can tell. Today I have a special treat for you. I told you yesterday we were going to talk to my sister, and so I'm going to share a little bit of that with you now. And I also am going to have a recipe for you to use with your starter sourdough banana nut bread. All of that coming up. Hi, this is Connie the Prairie Mom, and I have a very special guest today. This is my sister, Suzanne.
The Prairie Sister.
The Prairie Sister. And she has really started off on this sourdough thing, and I wanted to talk to her because her sourdough starter is similar to the mini one that we started, and mine is similar to the Max one. So they're very, very different, but hers is not named mini, and I'm gonna let her tell you all about her sourdough starter.
Okay. Well, I started the sourdough starter because I was trying to make the most of my ingredients while we're all quarantining. So this was kind of science project plus breakfast. So that was the plan. It has turned out to be a whole different thing than what I thought it was, and I've learned a lot. But the kids have loved it, and they have named it. It is not named Minnie.
It is not.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Clint Yeastwood. My kids named it. So Clint and I have become friends. I have made many things with Clint on a daily basis. There has been one recipe that has been the biggest hit, and you're going to post that one.
Yes.
And that one is the Cheerio cookies.
It will actually already be on my website by the time y'all see this. So the breakfast cookies, I call them breakfast cookies, but
we probably don't have the licensing rights to the
Cheerio cookies.
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're they have chocolate chips. They can have nuts. They don't have to. But they are my kids' really happy favorite, and everybody volunteers to eat
They're
those.
delicious.
So that's been one of the true sourdough recipes that I harvested off of many hours on the internet.
Oh, that actually was a sourdough recipe?
That one was an actual sourdough recipe. So, like I say, I have two cookie recipes that were sourdough.
Snickerdoodles, they're my favorite.
I'll get you that one too.
Yes.
When this is over, I will still be using the sourdough, and I'll still be putting it in things. And I haven't put it in anything that I thought, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. And we'll be getting some more of her recipes, and I'll make sure that you know they're hers so that you can try them out.
Yeah, because the Prairie Sister is seriously in demand.
Absolutely. Because all my recipes take 3 days and hers take 35 minutes.
Efficient.
Efficient.
But also really good.
Absolutely delicious. Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
Hi, I hope y'all have had a great afternoon. We're here to feed this sourdough. It's been about 12 hours since we fed it this morning. We got to have a good conversation with Suzanne about her sourdough, and I want to wrap this up pretty quickly tonight. I also have had a little bit of time to bake this afternoon, and I want to share that with you as well. So let's get started on this. Let's look at our starters. Max here has grown. I went ahead and marked the jars with a line this morning. this one has some bubbles in it, and I'll show you some pictures of what they look like. This one has some bubbles. It's beginning to kind of look a little bit, I mean, it's actually got some bubbles on the surface and it's expanded a little bit this afternoon. So that's really good news for this one. Minnie has already gone all the way up and she's fallen down again. So she has eaten all that she had and she's beginning to collapse down a little bit, and that's all great. She is doing well. She's got bubbles throughout. We're going to stir her up and feed her again. And I think that all of our sourdough cultures are doing well right now. I'll let you look at the pictures so you can compare them from this morning. Our max starter, we are not going to feed tonight. We're just going to stir it down and let it sit till morning. It looks very much the same. It does not have any kind of a fermented smell yet. It's thick. It looks about just like it did yesterday, other than it had the bubbles in it. So there is a little bit of fermentation going on inside there, and we just want to keep culturing that and allowing that to grow and expand. So we're going to leave him 12 more hours just like that. And Minnie, all right, we're going to stir this down. We're going to pour off 1 cup. Let's scrape that down so y'all can see it. I think that this mini starter for me is a little bit on the thin side, so I'm going to add a little bit extra flour tonight, or just not put quite as much water in it. We're going to thicken this up just a little bit. Okay, we're going to feed our mini starter 1 cup of flour. Unbleached, all-purpose is what we're using. And we're going to give her just a scant cup of water. We're going to start with close to 3/4. And then we'll add just a little bit more if it needs it. But I would sure like to thicken her up just a little bit. My sister Suzanne likes hers pourable, so I'm going to add just a little bit more water. Okay, I think this looks good. It is thicker than it was. It's still pourable in the jar. It moves around easily. You can see it coming off the spatula, more in a drip. So we're just going to scrape down this jar and replace the lid. And Minnie is ready for the evening. That leaves you 1 cup of starter that you can use maybe to make biscuits for supper, or to make them this evening so they'll be ready for breakfast in the morning, or you can make the breakfast cookies. That recipe is also on the website. They were really delicious. We had them for snack this afternoon, super popular with my kids. And so you can have this for that. And if you ever get tired of using your starter, you can throw it away. It's not the worst thing in the world, but we're trying really hard right now not to waste things. So I'm going to give you lots of recipes to choose from. This afternoon, we made 2 different things. We made these breakfast cookies. That was Suzanne's recipe. And we made this banana nut bread. And both of these were really delicious. My sister is also going to give us a banana nut bread recipe. Hers is sweeter and has chocolate chips, so it will be delicious. And very different from this one that's not so sweet and has more of a bread-like texture, but still got a beautiful rise on it, and it was really good. So those two recipes will be on the website soon. And that's all I have for y'all today. I hope y'all have had a great Friday. We are going to continue this tomorrow, day 3. Y'all be sure to like, share, and subscribe here. And follow all my social media. The links are in the description box. Y'all have a great evening.